Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It's Garlaanx here bringing you a new Neverwinter video. And today, as the title suggests, we're going to be discussing the brand new Legends of Neverwinter companion bundle. Now, this was just released today as of filming this video. It is August 18th, and it's going to be on sale until the 25th of August. Now, keep in mind that it is going to have a 20% off discount currently, and they are still extremely expensive. So let's take a look at these four companions here. We have Elmister, Garlaanx, Makos, and Lanu. Now, again, we all know this is the second time they've done this. We had the first round of it with the golden companions. Well, they're essentially just doing it again. So let's go ahead and look at these. These are all coming at mythic quality, so that brings the total to 8 that you can get right at mythic quality. Now, I'm not including, I know there's more mythic companions you can get, like the one from Hell Pit and Harvester of Nightmare. I'm not including that, but we have 8 account-wide that you can essentially buy from the Zen market when they're available. So that does help those players that play multiple tunes. Remember, you need 10 mythic companions to get that 100% companion bolster, just like you need 10 mythic mounts to get that 100% mount bolster. So essentially, if you have the 4 previous, you can now get these 4. Again, that brings the total to 8 just out of these 2 packs. So let's briefly go ahead and look at what we have here. Elmister, when you take damage while below 50% health, you'll be shielded for 15% of your max HP, but it does have an internal cooldown of 45 seconds. Is a tank going to use this? Maybe. I mean, the internal cooldown is 45 seconds. I don't know how well worthwhile it'll actually be. We have Garlaanx, which is the big one. I just had a discussion with someone the other day how we haven't been given a 7.5 accuracy companion yet. I think the only one now that we're missing is crit severity. I don't think there's a 7.5 pure crit severity one, so expect that to come eventually. But now we do have an accuracy one, so that's good. I know a lot of people have maxed out on their statistics. Accuracy is the dump stat, so now people are starting to boost their accuracy, hence leading to more damage because you get less deflections, obviously. Now we do have Makos here, which is interesting. 10% chance on hit to deal 90 magnitude psychic damage to the target and heal the player for 5% of their HP. Now, this doesn't say that it has an internal cooldown or anything. I don't know if there's an internal cooldown or anything. But we all know that most of these companions in-game that have these type of effects ultimately end up being dog shit. The DPS values just don't add up. They're usually broken. They usually don't work most of the time. We have numerous companions in the game that have magnitude damages. The problem is that most of those damages are not scaled with our buffs or debuffs, or even our statistics for that matter, so it ends up being a raw damage amount. I'm going to guess that 90 magnitude damage is going to equate to somewhere around 2k to 3k damage. And yeah, it does add up if it's working properly. It's only a 10% chance. But again, there's many mechanics in the game that are broken and they don't know how to code properly. So is it going to proc off of like DOTs? Does it have a chance to proc off every tick of creeping death on a warlock? Things like that. It's just stuff that needs tested and looked at. Is it going to be worthwhile? Most likely not. Like I said, we have ample amounts of companions currently in the game that have effects like this that are just completely dog shit. Like, all of those companions need to be looked at and fixed and buffed or whatever, because they're just not worth it. No one's using them. There's no point to keep making them when no one uses them. Finally, we have Lanu. Now, Lanu is 3.8% Forte and 3.8% outgoing healing. So, again, another outgoing healing companion if you're a healer and you need to move stuff around. Now, in this pack, you're also going to get 2 of these, which are all legendary, and they are account-wide reclaims. So, we have Phase Spider, Priestess of Sune, Sordiel, a Gorilla, Owlbear Cub is what most people will go for, a Quasit, Wattler, and a War Dog. So nothing spectacular, but you do get 2 of these. We're going to actually jump in game and look at them further. I'm going to try to get a hold of these on the preview server so we can do internal testing, and I'll probably have a video on that. I'm sure fellow content creator Aragon will be doing the same. This is just an announcement video that these packs went live today. Like I said, we're going to jump over to Xbox, take a look at them more in depth. So we're on Xbox. Let's go ahead and look at the price tag. First of all, these bad boys, 6,000 Zen, folks. And that's with 20% off, by the way. Even with 20% off, you're looking at $60. Now, here's my biggest thing with this, is that this is random, right? They did this the first time with the Golden Companions. This pack grants one of the following. It's not a choice pack. It's completely random, 1 out of 4. Now, most people are going to want the Garlaanx. That's the accuracy one, and it has the highest price tag currently. I don't understand why we can't just have a choice pack of this. Why can't you let your player base pick what you want? Oh, that's right, because you're trying to make as much money as possible. I understand that. But come on now. If you're paying $60 for something, 6,000 Zen, $60, give the player what they want. Give the player what they're purchasing. There needs to be no RNG randomness when you're paying a solid $60 price tag. So, yeah, I disagree with the randomness, but it is what it is. You're going to have to most likely buy this secondhand from someone dumb enough to actually buy these for 6,000 Zen. So expect a premium AD price until prices go down. Now, like I said, you are paying 6,000 Zen to get a choice, or I'm sorry, a random RNG chance of one of the mythics. However, these are choice packs here, and you will get 2 of these. Is it worth it? In my opinion, no. If it was a choice pack, then yes. I would have no problem paying the 6,000 Zen personally, grabbing the Garlaanx just to have it for the accuracy. But is it worth it? Ultimately, most likely not. Most players don't need most of these legendary companions in here, the Owlbear being the most sought after out of this pack. So let's go ahead and look at these more in depth. So you can see we are on Xbox. You'll be able to see the prices currently on day 1. Elminster is already at 2.5 mil. So let's go ahead and look at them first. You can see the old ones, the golden ones are still in here as well. So let's go ahead and look at Elminster. One of the things I do want to mention right off the bat is that these powers that they have are not universal, guys. Be aware of that when you are thinking about moving stuff around in your build, especially if you're a tank. This is a defensive power only. That's another thing, having a $60 price tag on these and it being random. If you remember the golden ones, they're essentially universal. So the Golden Goat's Instincts, you can see, can go in the defense, utility, or offensive slot. Remember, you guys do have 2 universal slots as well. However, like I said, the golden can go in any slot. Defense, utility, offense. You can see where I have my golden cat here is actually in the defense slot. But I could put this in the utility and offensive slot. These new ones are not going to work like that. They are not universal. Hopefully that's changed. Hopefully Cryptic sees this video because it does need to be universal. There's absolutely no reason not to make these universal. So Elminster is a defensive slot. Again, it's the 50% health. You'll get a shield for 15%. It does have that internal cooldown of 45 seconds. Let's go ahead and look at its powers because, maybe it's a good active companion. a line of raging fire that damages foes, so AoE. He also casts a shield that lasts for 30 seconds. We don't know how big that shield is. A bolt of ice strikes target foe and deals damage, so it has AoE and single target capabilities. As we scroll through here, you can see the prices. Let's look at Makos. He's currently at 3.8. Again, Makos is the one I'm curious about testing just to see the damage potential on the 90 magnitude damage. Again, it'll probably be poo-poo caca. It does have a lifesteal ability, which is interesting as well. So you will get that 5% lifesteal, the 5% of your maximum hit points. But again, is it going to be worthwhile? Probably not. Now, Makos, they essentially just copied and pasted the original Makos. So he has the Fireball, the Meteor Blasts, and the Meteor Storm. However, they also gave him a new ability called Consume Soul. A blast of psychic energy hits the target and siphons some of their soul, healing the caster. So not only does it have like a lifesteal ability on its offensive power, but if you have it summoned, it will have a lifesteal as well. Again, all of these need tested. If I don't get to it first, Aragon, it will 100% most likely test all 4 of these. I just have to get access to them on preview. Next on the list, we have Lanu. Lanu is going to be that utility slot of Forte and outgoing healing. And she has heals all allies within 25 feet. Summon a blast of moonlight that damages foes around you and heals yourself and allies. And Sacred Flame sears foes with a radiant flame. So she does have healing capabilities. Again, we don't know how well those healing capabilities are if it's an active companion. And then finally, we have the big boy. And you can see it's about 7 million currently. It is that accuracy one, Garlaanx. And this is, again, a offensive power. So, again, if you are thinking about getting one of these, thinking that it's going to be a universal slot on your companion, it is not. If you plan on using the 7.5% accuracy, it is an offensive slot. Hopefully, they change this. They need to change this. It needs to be universal, especially coming in at that premium price tag of $60. It being random, you can't even choose which one you want. They need to be universal, in my opinion. So we have the Graceful Swordplay. It deals damage to target foe with a graceful rapier strike. The Illusion Fireball. Throw an illusion of a fireball onto the ground that lingers for 4 seconds, dealing damage every second to enemies that stand in it. It's going to have to be used single target because AoE is the enemies are going to be moving around. You want full damage potential, especially coming from a companion. Whether or not it's good or not, again, it all needs tested. But it throws a fireball on the ground for 4 seconds and essentially deals damage all 4 seconds. And then it also has a Wand of Web, which activates a Wand of Web on the target, causing a spider web to appear beneath them, creating difficult terrain and inhibiting movement. So essentially it casts like a snare on the ground. Now again, bosses aren't going to be able to be ensnared. So this being an active companion, it already has an ability that's not good. I don't think, personally, any of these 4 new companions are going to be good as summoned. But again, we'll test all 4, make sure, because they could be broken. Cryptic loves to break things. Biggest takeaway from this, we have 4 new Mythic account-wide companions coming into the game. If anything, you collect all 4 just to bolster your other tunes if you need to. If you don't, then I wouldn't even be concerned about this. It does have a high price tag. Again, $60, 6,000 Zen. That's with a 20% off discount already. So I imagine this thing is $80, 8,000 Zen at normal price. Again, it is RNG. It is not, a choice. So take that as you will, guys. That's the video. That's all I got for you. Hopefully I can get a hold of all 4 of these on preview and do some legitimate testing with them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you. Leave any comments, questions, or concerns below. I'll see you guys real soon.